Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a sewing project, which is very different. I'm normally knitting, but recently I have been getting into sewing, and I have sewed a bag and a Christmas tree skirt. But I want to make some pants, and I have been eyeing the Lane pants by Sydney Graham for a while. I have had the pattern tucked away in my closet, printed out, but just not put together for like a couple months. And I've just been looking for the right fabric. And I picked up this gorgeous checkerboard gingham fabric from Fabulism. And I'm going to take you along with me as I try to make the Lane pants, and I'm going to do the ruffle. I'm not going to do the cargo pockets, but my goal is to have this done before we leave for tour on Saturday, and it is Monday. So I will take you along with me and see in real time how long it takes me to make the Lane pants. I want to piece together the pattern for the Lane pants right now. I teach music lessons on Mondays, and I have an hour break. Well, actually more like 45 minutes right now. So I am going to try to piece it together. This is my least favorite part of literally any sewing project. So if you don't know what printing an at-home pattern looks like, you get all of these little pages and you have to piece them together in tape, and then you cut them out. It is not my favorite, and I wish that we could go back to buying the physical patterns, but no one asked me. Usually what I do is I fold along the line that it has that goes to the next connecting, or that connects to the next each. Each edge you end up folding. So it's the next day, and I cut out all of my pieces last night, and I am gonna try to get as far as I can today. I have nothing to do, so I'm just gonna have like a sewing day. I might need to go get a different color thread. I'm not really sure what I have, but I don't even know if you guys can see like how pretty this is. Like, look at that gingham. Like, it's so stinking cute. And I've got my little labels because I've made that mistake way too many times. I have already made one mistake, and it's not really a mistake, but it's like something I wanted to do, and I didn't realize what that entailed because I just misremembered what the video for the Lane pants included. I saw Sydney Graham make a pair of ruffle ones, and I was like, oh, that's probably like one of the optional things, just like the cargo pockets or the drawstring. And so I looked that up last night, and turns out it was a separate video that I had seen, and you were supposed to like take in the length on the pant legs in the middle and also at the bottom to make them cropped. So I'm not really sure. I mean, I don't really think I can do that at this point. So it just wasn't meant for me to do the ruffles, but it's still going to be a very cute pair of pants. I just really don't want to mess up this fabric, so maybe it was a blessing in disguise. Maybe that was just too ambitious for my sewing skills. So I do not have a permanent sewing station right now in my house, so I'm gonna set up my folding table, and I use this bed as a seat, and it works. So I'm gonna set all that up, and we will get to sewing. Finished the pocket bags, and I'm going to attach an underseam, I think is what it's called, to the front of the pant legs. So stay tuned. I'm gonna clip these together and I will check back in. Checking in, I have two pant legs Let me grab the other. It's kind of wild to me, like, how the lighting is affecting this. Like, it looks so much more orange than it actually is. Like, it's kind of crazy. But it's more of, like, it has a pink undertone. But, I have 2 pant legs, and now I'm going to piece them together. I'm very scared about this part because I tried to make the lane pants like a year ago, and this is where it went wrong, but I also had a lot less patience, so I'm hoping that I have grown and it will be fine. Checking back in, we have something that's going to be pants soon. This looks really big and I'm scared. This looks really big and I'm scared, but now I'm supposed to piece together the pant legs, like, together. This just looks really big. I don't know how this is going to be fitting me. I'm scared. We will see. We're going to pray. Just pray, pray, pray. So I realized that I didn't read the cutting instructions correctly, and I'm like at the waistband section, and we were supposed to cut on the fold. My waistband was half the length that it should have been. So I'm really glad that I bought extra fabric. Okay, I am threading the elastic through the waistband, and I'm still so scared that these are too big. But I will figure it out. I'm gonna do a try on once I get this through. I'm about to crash out here. These are too big, like I thought, like way too big. So I've spared you the meltdown that I had. It was not very pretty. And I'm going to try to take in this entire pair of pants, this much, and see if that fixes it, because my thought process is if I take it in the same amount all the way through, then it cannot change the ratio of the pants. For reference, I measured a size 4. I wear a size 26, 27 waist in Madewell, you know, all the normal jean brands. I measure myself, and that's what I measured. I don't know where I went wrong, but I cut everything and I did all the seam allowances, so I have no idea how, if I did all that it's wrong. I would love for someone to look at this and tell me, because I obviously did something wrong. Thousands of people have made this pattern and didn't mess it up, so I would love to know what I did wrong. We're gonna try to salvage it because this is like $70 worth of fabric and I'm upset, so I will let you know. The first step is taking this waistband out, because I just feel like it wasn't there when I was doing the assembly of the pants itself, and probably would be better once I tailor everything if I re-tailor the waistband. So there's the waistband. I'm trying to think of what I'm gonna have to take out, and it's gonna be a lot. So this is evolving every minute for me. I'm now taking the entire pair of pants out because the pocket bags are proving to be an issue. Because they're not size. They're like the same for every pair of pants. So if I'm gonna take the time to go in and re-sew everything, re-serge everything, why would I not just take this pair of pants apart and recut it? My hair looks so crazy. This shows you what kind of day I have had. But this got me thinking, maybe recutting it, I could do the ruffle hack like I originally wanted to do. And that might be the silver lining in this entire thing. I'm gonna measure again, like everything I have measured, like in terms of to my other pair of pants and to me, is 1.5 inches too big in every way. So I'm honestly going to probably go down to size 0. I wish there was like a Ravelry for sewing. If there is, would you please let me know, because it always helps when I'm primarily a knitter, and it always helps when I'm like, you know, my gauge is off, to go and see, oh, this person is the same size I am and they did this size and blah blah blah. I mean, not even when my gauge is off. It's just helpful to go see like people that are my size, my height, and what size they made, because it just gives you some reassurance. I'm not feeling very reassured right now. I will check back in when I am done ripping out every seam that I've done today, and I've spent 4 hours on this project. It's beautiful. We are back with an update. I'm back to kind of where I was, and I'm getting ready to put the waistband on. I have tried these on without the waistband, and I feel pretty good about them. What I did was I took my size from a 4 down to a 0, and I also took the seam allowance from 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. And I still feel like they're a little oversized, but I'm gonna trust the process here. I'm also thinking about adding the ruffle because I feel like this has taught me a lot, and I don't think it's gonna hurt anything, so I might try to do that. We'll see. I might try to see how it's gonna look before I hem it, and then go from there. We will see. I didn't film a lot of me doing this just because I was sewing to the tears, you know what I mean? So you don't want to see that. So we are back to where we started. Sorry for the bad lighting, but I'm excited. It is the next day. I finished the pants other than the hem last night. I had to do so much editing to this pattern, and I don't know why. I had to be doing something wrong, I feel like. But I'm gonna try them on and decide how short I want them before I put the ruffle on. The ruffle is gonna be about 3 inches after seam allowance. The way I figured out how to do the ruffle is watching the video by Sydney Graham as well, and it's just called How to Add a Ruffle to Your Pants. I've done all the math for my ruffle, so all I've got to do is cut it and then decide how much I need to cut these pants. So we have our ruffles cut. What I'm gonna do now is sew them together and hem them, and then I'm gonna clip them to where I have my pants clipped up to and see if that is a good length, because I'm just terrified that I'm gonna cut too much off after I have come this far. So we're being very, very conservative, and I hope that will work out to my advantage. I want to talk about my experience making these pants really quick, and some things that I learned, some things that didn't go right, things that I enjoyed. First off, I thought that this pattern was really well written. I thought that the video was so helpful. If you're wanting to make your first pair of pants, I would recommend these. The only thing is I feel like the sizing was really, really hard to get, and like you saw in the video, it was really difficult, because I started with the size 4, I made it all the way to the waistband and realized that they were way too big and had to go down to a size 0. I am 5'4", 120 pounds. I usually wear a size 2 or 4, and from the measurements, I feel like I fit that description more than anything. So I was kind of confused about that. So I would say double check that. I still feel like the size 0 are a little roomy for me, but they're very comfortable, so I'm not mad at that. The ruffles were a really big learning curve for me, and they were very, very difficult. I had to trial and error them a couple times, but I'm really glad that that ended up working out. I almost thought I wasn't going to be able to do this, because when I was watching the video about the ruffle pants, I had already cut my fabric, and apparently you're supposed to shorten them in certain areas, but I just decided to commit to it because I had already had to recut my fabric, cut it down to the size I needed, and all that stuff. The hardest part of these pants, I really think the hardest part was the sizing, to be honest. Once I got that, I was good. I made the second pair so much faster than the other. I feel like this is a pattern I'm definitely going to make again, and now that I know what what I need and all that stuff, it'll be a lot easier. One thing I wish I had, and something that I might invest in soon, is a serger. I had to zigzag stitch on mine, and this fabric really unravels very easily. So, and that was a little bit of a difficult time to navigate, but overall, I am happy with how they turned out. I'm excited to wear them. Thank you for joining me along on my first garment sewing project. This was a roller coaster of events and was very up and down for me. I hope to make another garment soon and maybe vlog it too. I'm getting ready to get started into full holiday sewing mode. So anyway, until next time, I will see you soon, and let me know if you make a pair of these pants too. Bye!